Trees are an important part of urban ecosystems. They provide shade and cooling through evapotranspiration, which helps to reduce heat in cities. Different tree species have different cooling abilities based on factors like leaf area, canopy size, and drought tolerance. Knowing which tree species and combinations of species provide the best cooling outcomes is important. However, this information won't matter if the trees are dead. We're trying to figure out what is killing trees in the city by asking the following questions. First, how does urban tree survival vary across species and planting method? Additionally, what spatial factors contribute to urban tree mortality? Think of it as a murder mystery. To solve this mystery, we first need to gather all of the evidence. Using data collected by the Baltimore Tree Trust, we have information about trees throughout Baltimore, including where they were planted, when they were planted, the species, the condition over a 2-year period, and whether the trees have been removed. We can then determine which trees are alive and which are the victims in this mystery. Next, we need to compile a list of suspects. Adding data layers for spatial conditions helps us get a sense of what the trees are experiencing. This includes land use, land surface temperature, drought history, and precipitation. By layering these data together, we can extract the information at the coordinates where the trees were planted. Much like solving a mystery, identifying causes of urban tree mortality is not simple. There is a lot going on around a tree, so we need to narrow down the suspects to find out which ones influence tree mortality and which ones are just witnesses. Once we understand what's killing the trees, we can determine which tree species will survive better under certain conditions. However, survival is just the first half of this puzzle. We ultimately want trees that are good at reducing heat. That's where biodiversity comes in. Using what we learn about species cooling capacity from biodiversity, we can figure out which species and combinations of species should be planted in Baltimore to maximize cooling capacity. Knowing which trees will survive and provide the most cooling can help us build an urban forest that benefits people and wildlife the most during extreme heat.